Your Excellency, Mr. Kishida Fumio, Prime Minister of Japan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. May I wish a very warm welcome to Prime Minister Kishida and his Japanese delegation. Just 2 weeks ago, I called on the Prime Minister in Tokyo when I attended the Nikkei conference. We had a productive discussion, and I thank the Prime Minister for hosting me and my delegation. Today, I'm glad to have the opportunity to reciprocate his warm hospitality and to carry our conversation further. This is Kishida-san's first official visit to Singapore since becoming Prime Minister, but he has been to Singapore many times. This morning, we looked at an old picture from one of Mr. Kishida's previous visits in 2010 of a younger Mr. Kishida at Marina Bay taking a photograph with a Malayan fountain. And that is why I invited the Prime Minister back to Marina Bay this morning for breakfast. And we had local breakfast delights, roti prata, kaya toast, and tau hui. And now for lunch, we will be having local fusion food, like chili crab cake and fish with spicy coconut sauce, otherwise known as otak. I hope that the Prime Minister is enjoying the Singapore cuisine and that it will encourage him to come back to Singapore again. Singapore and Japan are long-standing partners with substantial cooperation in many areas. We share common interests maintaining regional peace and stability and upholding an open and inclusive regional architecture. We've joined hands on many multilateral initiatives, the RCEP, the CPTPP, and most recently, the IPEF. Despite the pandemic, our bilateral relationship has continued to progress. Just this year, we signed agreements to further our collaboration in the economic and defense spheres, as well as on current issues like digitalization and sustainability. As we emerge into the post-COVID era, I look forward to even closer bilateral cooperation. The first step is to restore travel between our countries and to revive people-to-people ties. Starting yesterday, Japan has allowed tourists from certain countries to enter Japan for small group tours. I'm glad that Singapore has been included as one of the source countries. Japan has traditionally been a top travel destination for Singaporeans. Before the pandemic, every year, nearly 500,000 Singaporeans would visit Japan to savor Japanese cuisine, experience the rich culture, and enjoy the beautiful scenery. Therefore, you can imagine how eagerly many Singaporeans are anticipating a further reopening of borders and restoration of flight connectivity. I also look forward to Japanese tourists coming to Singapore again. Before the pandemic, about 800,000 Japanese tourists visited us every year. They savored our hawker delights, soaked in our vibrant multiracial culture and heritage, and visited iconic landmarks such as Orchard Road and the Marina Bay stands. We hope that very soon we can welcome them back again. The friendship between Singapore and Japan has flourished over the past 55 years, but there's potential for us to do much more. We should continue to work together to deepen our economic cooperation and foster regional integration and stability so as to create a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future for our peoples. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite you to join me in a toast to their Majesties, the Emperor and Empress, the good health and success of the Prime Minister, Kishida Fumio and his delegation, the continued peace and prosperity of Japan, and the enduring friendship between Singapore and Japan. Cheers.